Hey, alright, so I'm about to upload or try to upload a video regarding, believe it or not, a fairy that I captured. I was recording with the Ghost Pro camera and my phone, and you can actually see when it caught my attention. The fairy caught my attention, and I started recording with the GoPro or the Ghost Pro camera, I should say, at the same time, and you could actually see. That was right after I had witnessed. This is what happened tonight. First, I witnessed the yin thing, and then I witnessed. It was a glowing ember or amber colored orange, like fire with no smoke. I guess they call that smokeless fire, just like they talk about over there. And I witnessed this thing, and it took off and then dove into the ditch and disappeared. And then I got in the Nissan, and then I came back outside, got my tablet, the phone, the portable charger for the phone, and my other tablet just in case. I had to plug it up to a portable charger or whatever because it dies on me just all the time. And the Ghost Pro camera, as well as my camcorder. And I left all of that. I left the camcorder recording. The camcorder got that sound you heard in the first video. Someone said, "Oh, you just happened to hear white noise." No, I appreciate all comments, but what I wanted to tell you is, I'll show you. I'll actually show you what I did. I went back to the camera right after. I went to the Nissan, and I went back to the camera right after I heard that noise and pressed stop, so I know exactly where it was at. So it wasn't white noise because I actually heard the after the stick breaking. That wasn't white noise. So, I heard both. And that's why I went back to the camera to stop it. So, I'll show that as proof. That way there's no disputing it. And so, I then went outside further, and the dogs were letting me know something was there. So, I went with the Ghost Pro camera. It did not get whatever this was, whatever these things were over there where we used to burn garbage and the stick piles at, next on the left side of the building. And there were these creatures there that went like, and so I turned the camera on. I turned the Ghost Pro camera on because it wasn't on yet. I thought it was on, and I was like, crap, it wasn't on. So I turned it on, and they back up. But I don't know if it picked it up because I haven't listened back to the recording yet. I'll have to find the reader, put the card in there, and watch it on the tablet screen or computer or the Blu-ray player or TV, something. I don't know. I'll have to put it on something so I can actually look back and listen, maybe on headphones or something, where I can actually watch it on the tablet. That would be best, with a reader, an adapter. But if I can find one, it disappeared. It was on top of the drawers, and it disappeared. The drawers with the electronics in them, some of the electronics. But I then went further and further, but they didn't want me to go to the building. So they slapped the building, they made this grunting sound, and so I just I pressed record, but I didn't go any further. And then I seen these beings with these silverish eyes staring at me, and they looked at each other, and they just stared, and I was trying to get them on recording, but it wouldn't. It didn't record them. I might have gotten the eyes, I don't know, every once in a while I got a few eyes on the phone recording, but it's going to be kind of difficult remembering exactly, let's see. It's going to be kind of difficult remembering what's where. What's where. So, sorry, I didn't mean to stutter, but it is going to be difficult. But I'll try to do it. I'm trying to put it into folders and subfolders and all of that good stuff so I can take screenshots. I tried to slow the footage down that I did get of the fairy and of the orbs and the energies and entities. I tried to slow that down because I was recording with the phone and I had a headband light, because let's face it, I like to see, even though the camera can see, I like to see my surroundings, so I had the headband light on. But this Ghost Pro camera later, after this thing turned into some kind of a brown animal, like a rabbit that jumped back up out of the gully and then ran to our pine trees. Then I heard a loud crashing sound and a grunt and a growl across the road, and Lizzie then had a fit. She went "Purr!" and barked like crazy. Then and Lucy, they were trying to protect me. Just they were like, like, don't go down there. But then I said, I'm gonna go down there, but I've got my phone, I've got everything, and I was like, just watch me. I'll look back at you. And then she looked at me like, okay. So then there was this supernatural type of wind right around me, and it got cold right around me, and this rain, and all the leaves started falling and everything. Just cold right around me, a cold rain from the trees, and then it wasn't just moisture, it was like rain hitting me. And leaves just falling, and limbs falling. And the wind started blowing just around me. Well, then I was like, peace, love, and respect. And I stayed there for a while, and I just posted one of the videos, but in the beginning there's an orb, there's some kind of energy that attaches itself to the Ghost Pro camera lens, and then moves around a bit, then goes straight up, and I actually captured some screenshots of that, where it turned, I slowed it down, half speed, took screenshots of it, and it turned white, and then went upward. It was blue, and then white. It was a blue ghost energy or orb, then turned white and went upwards, and then it was white and blue. So then I seen a fairy, and I'll show that sometime. Right now it's all in the phone's micro SD card. For some reason my new phone will not let you screen record. The new phone, when I try to screen record, tells me that I've got to turn off the overlay detection or whatever. So I tried that. It'll say, it'll tell me, turn off overlay, whatever. It needs storage permissions. I'm like, okay, I'll turn on storage permissions. And then it says, the screen overlay detected. Change the permission settings. You must first have turn on the screen overlay from settings and apps. I was like, okay, I did do that. To turn off the screen overlay. And I'm like, from every app? So I look through every app and turn off the screen overlay. Still doesn't work. So then I just turn it back on and say, forget it, I'm not going to do it. It says it needs to access your media files. I was like, I did. My other phone lets me do it, but there's always a quirk with something, but this new phone won't let me do it. So at least the tablet will. So cross my fingers it continues that way. Knock on wood. I can find some wood to knock on there. But anyway, yeah. Earbuds went out like crazy. Several of my earbuds all went out at once. The energy of mine just made all the earbuds go out. And I had to get another pair yesterday. Just a cheap $10 pair that I got with some points that I had. And I witnessed all these things last night. Then I witnessed a fairy. And it came right to me from where the creatures were on the other side of the building. And I assure you, I'm going to put these screenshots into folders and subfolders and all of these videos into different places. And I am going to transfer them over to certain spots of the micro SD card. The dog's wanting back out again right now, so hold on. I'm going to have to make the video, get this one uploaded. Then I'll work through. It's going to take a lot of work. I'm going to have to take the micro SD card out of the Ghost Pro, find the video, I think it's number 34, where I got and I think it's like 1 minute and 30 seconds into the video, where I notice the fairy is coming toward me, and it's kind of glowing like she or whatever I want to say, whatever you want to say, it is glowing, and you can see the legs also, and the Ghost Pro night vision picked it up really well as well. But I was trying to capture it with my phone and the Ghost Pro, so you can actually see me on the Ghost Pro camera. You can see me focusing my phone while I'm videoing with the Ghost Pro, and you can see me focusing with both. So I've actually got a double shot and 2 different angles of the fairy that I captured. And let's see, knowledge is love, or no, let's see, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. It was, loyalty makes us family. She spoke to me about fairies. I mean, this person spoke to me. I can't remember if it's a male or female right now. Oh my goodness, my mind is blank. This individual, I'll say. I can't remember. Oh my goodness, if you're watching this, Altano, All to love. All to love. Loyalty makes us family. I'm getting so many YouTubers mixed up. So many YouTubers. But if you're watching this, loyalty makes us family. I cannot remember. I am so sorry. I'm horrible with names too, and I'm horrible with like faces. Every once in a while, putting names together with faces. But I just wanted to state what I went through tonight and what I captured and recorded. It's now daylight or daybreak. It's not daylight, not enough to really see enough, but it's 5:12. So it's turning daylight. And what I captured last night, I think it turns daylight at 5:31 here. But I captured a lot, actually. So I'm going to have to bear with me. I'll eventually get to it. I've got several videos from last night to upload that I did about Mandela Effect stuff before I did the Supernatural stuff. So I've got a lot to upload. So if you see a lot of notifications and you've got the notification bell on, you got bells on. But anyway, if you got another notification bell on, then you'll probably be notified several times today of uploads throughout the day. And I'll try when I can. Got to put videos into folders and subfolders, take the screenshots over, put them into certain folders, the videos, put them into titled folders, and the pictures that I took into certain folders. And then I've got to take that micro SD card out of the Ghost Pro camera, put it in a reader, and try to video and screen record on the tablet, copy them over, take some screenshots of the ferry on that, and screen record with it to show you. Maybe I'll go ahead and upload the video with the ferry footage, and then I'll show you both sometime after I get it all put together. It's going to take a while. I mean, it's going to take a while and a lot of work. But, I mean, I don't have an editing software or any of that fancy mess, fancy crap, whatever you want to call it, but fancy stuff. I'm just going to do the best I can, and I'm going to put I'm going to show you the Ghost Pro footage. And I'm going to show it. I'm going to probably put it on the tablet or the TV and pause it and record it with a phone or something. I'll think of something. We'll see what happens. But right now I'm going to upload the ferry video footage. You will have to slow it down halfway or you won't be able to see it clearly. I had to slow it down halfway. I didn't have to. It was obvious it was there. I seen it coming toward me and I was like, oh my goodness. So I started recording and moved my phone over toward it. And when I did that, it was easier to see. And then you can actually see me on the Ghost Pro camera recording the ferry with the phone, and so it's like you can see both. So I've got a double footage of it, and the Ghost Pro picked it up super clearly, 1080p footage. So it's a 4K camera, so hopefully, I mean, it picked it up even clearer. So when I get it on a bigger screen, I really look forward to seeing what kind of clarity it got. And so much happened last night. So much. There were so many beings around. I don't think they wanted me to go any further. They started causing weird, strange winds and rain and leaves to fall, and then the sticks were breaking, rocks were thrown at the building. But they weren't really threatening, but they were like, don't bother me, don't bother us. And then they seen that I was peaceful, so then they checked my energy out, and then they just kind of left me alone at that point, but they did not want me to go past that plum tree. They were like, don't go down toward the creek. So I was like, well, okay, I'll just stay where I'm at. You know, when something says, don't bother me, it's kind of like when an animal's saying, don't bother me, you might as well give it its space. And so that's what I did. I didn't want to be invasive. I'm not going to be like in your face, you know, like some people on the TV you see do or whatever. They'll be invasive. And that's not the way to go about it. You're not going to get anywhere if you're going to be invasive. Unless something's threatening you. But last night someone was trying to, I don't know if they were going to pickpocket or what, but I was in the stores in Walmart and they walked up behind me and then he was like, oh, I didn't know, I was wondering if you, and I looked at him like, what? Like, what? You know, I just gave him a look, and he was like, I scared him away. He was like, I mean, I was just wondering, never mind. I was wondering if he looked like he was on everything you could think of, and he was sitting there, scratching. He was like, I was just wondering if you had, I was wondering, I was wondering if you were using that cart. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. And I just looked like, don't bother me. And he just ran away. He walked away, and then he grabbed a bunch of... I was going to put my drinks in it, and he grabbed a bunch of Mountain Dews like he was going to put them in there. But he said, no, never mind. Someone... It was like, yeah, that's what he did. But people are so... They'll try to gyp you and gimmick you. They'll try to pickpocket you. But they don't mess with me much. They always try to pick me to ask for money when they've asked everyone in the book for money. It's sad so many people are homeless and people take advantage of, and I mean, I like to help people. Daddy's always saying, "Oh, don't give people money. Don't do that. Don't give those people money." But here, I mean, the thing is, anyone could be in a bad situation. Like that individual that lost their job. Anyone could be in a horrible situation. It's sad. Nothing like that should even exist in this world, but it does. But I don't want to make that video negative. This video negative. So I just wanted to state that I captured a lot last night. I witnessed a lot. I've got to put it all together, and I'm going to try to share it little by little. So please, with all the work I'm going to do, all the work I've done for the channel, help this channel grow. Share with other people. And maybe if I can get an editing software, maybe I can do even better. I don't know. I'll have to learn how to use it if I get one, but... Just donate. Feel free to donate to my PayPal, and I've got a Patreon now you can subscribe to, and maybe I'll make some content dedicated to more paranormal and supernatural things on there, so as to keep this channel more Mandela Effect related and reality shift related, if that's what you want me to do. Another thing is I'll also post my email below. I'll talk about some other things later. That's all for this video. More supernatural documentation. Just telling you an update on what I'll be doing and what I'll be working on. It's I guess a project, I guess you'd call it, but I'm going to put everything together. But I'm going to show you the fairy video next. It's probably 2 minutes and 44 seconds. I mean, I'm going to try to figure all this out, figure out what to do. Maybe I can cut the footage or edit the footage down in the software that's in the phone, the video editing software that is in the phone. It's as minimal as you can get of a software, but it's a I think video editing tool, and I think I'll just show the fairy part only. That way you can see just that. But anyway, live from YouTube. Well, not live from YouTube. You get the point. Peace and much love. I love you all so much. Spaced Out Productions signing out. Links are below. I love you all. Bye.